We're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about it. And I cannot wait to work with you. All right. Thank you, Ayana. And then we have DJ is going to talk about.
We got the men version of that where I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Like, if you got issues, we're going to handle them issues, but I'm not going to be the kind of person where like, oh, you know what? That's perfect for you. We ain't doing that. All right. So my Calendly link will be in there. It'll be popping up whenever. So if you want a consultation about that, you can hit me up.
Awesome. So that is a short thing about that. Okay. Oh, Yana, you got, okay. I didn't know if you had it or not. Sorry. So thank y'all so much for listening to that piece. We're going to move on to something called the hot seat. I wish we had like flames and like fire, you know.
You get what you get.
Okay, we should at least have the sound effect. Why couldn't you get the sound effect? Okay.
Burn, crispy.
So it's called the hot seat. And we named it this because we wanted to put the panelists on the hot seat when it comes to sharing their story. It's kind of like being humble, open, and transparent with their story situations, their overcomings, just getting a little deeper into knowing them and their marriage and or their dating stories. So they're going to spend a little time talking about their overcoming story, their hot seat. So the first couple we'll have going up is Bionica and Ralph. Go ahead and share with us. I'm gonna see if I can make y'all. Okay, nope, that's us.
Big screen.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
So our story. I want to say it had to be. We were married for less than 5 years at this time. I don't know exactly what point, but it kind of ties into the improvement of our financial stewardship because we needed a vehicle. So when we got together, we had a van. It was a white Mercury Villager. I remember it like specifically just how it was. And it had its ups and downs. You know, most of the stuff was, you know, minor repairs, and we were kind of limping it along. And then finally it started having this overheating problem. And we tried a few different things. I mean, a few of the fixes I even tried myself. There's like this radiator leak stopper you can pour in, and supposedly it'll dissolve and seal it up. So we tried that. That didn't really help. We tried changing the thermostat. That's another like easy fix that a do-it-yourself person can do. And finally, we ended up taking it to a mechanic, or he actually came out. He did mobile mechanic work because it was to the point now where you wasn't really sure if it was going to get you from point A to point B without overheating and, you know, having to deal with that whole situation. So he came out, he did some work on it. It didn't get any better. I think we ended up being talked into allowing us to bring the van to his shop, and it just seemed like it just went downhill like every time he touched it, and it to the point where the van was just no good anymore. So we needed a vehicle due to just in our youth, like we were what, 22, 21 when we got married.
Had kids, and so we're just trying to figure it out, trying to just stay on top of
just trying to stay on top of things
without this vehicle situation.
So just in the process of being young, you know, we probably bought the 11 CDs for a penny and didn't pay for them or whatever. Long story short, our credit was just worthless.
Horrible.
We could not get any kind of financing from any source whatsoever to get a vehicle, and we really needed a vehicle like desperately. And we got to the point where we thought we had found somebody that was going to finance us, and it just didn't work out. And we ended up needing a co-signer, and my parents weren't going to co-sign. I don't think really anybody. Go ahead.
So the people that we thought might do it, we made calls. He's like, I'll try this person. I tried this person. And I remember, nobody knows me here, but I am not a crier. But when I got off the phone with one of those people, I just cried. Like, it's just not going to happen. We're just not going to get where, I don't know what we're going to do. But we finally called one last person. And I don't know why, because I definitely where I am now would be like, absolutely not. But she did. She had faith in us. I mean, even still to this day, she's just like, it's just like one of her favorite couples, and she's always just there, when we need her. But she co-signed for us. And I don't know if it was from that day on, but like I kind of put everything into like, no, we're going to get this credit together. We're going to do what we need to do.
On time.
We're going to, I think I consolidated debt, but like, so that was back then. And it was one thing that we didn't let it do though. It didn't like bring a wedge between us. It kind of probably made us closer that we had to go through that together.
Mm-hmm.
But then just fast forward to 2021, we're able to get a vehicle with 0 interest. No co-signers, just us. Like we made that a choice to like steward our money right. And we've always paid tithes and everything. And I definitely think, that a part of our, not that we're rich, but our just being successful and able to do the things that we need to do is because we've always given, one, in the church, but two, to people, and been, what people needed in the time that they needed. So that's kind of something.
Yeah, and I can give, like, as far as paying our bills and stuff, it's kind of twofold. One is just she's very disciplined and firm, and like she's gonna stick to this path. This is what we're gonna do. And the other is just kind of thinking back to hearing stuff that my dad told me, even before I was even an adult living at home and everything. It was real important to pay people and pay people on time. And if you did accumulate a bill and you wasn't able to pay the whole bill, just communicate. And likewise with saving, the philosophy I think that most people have is that I don't have enough to save, so I'm gonna just spend it until I have enough to save. And saving is all about just as little, whatever it is, and there's no amount too small to save. The old saying, penny saved is a penny earned. It could literally be a penny, but that's a penny that you don't have to worry about trying to go out and find, or that you spent or whatever. And that philosophy is really, I think that's also helped us. For lack of a better word in this moment, I would say karma, which I don't really believe in karma, but just as an example, I think just when you put it out there that you're attempting to do the right thing with the things that you were stewarding over, I think good things just come back to you.
No, I thank you for that. I think the stewardship is huge when it comes to that. And I like how you said you all were able to start managing. You started managing your money well. And I think in the first, I don't know if anybody else can attest to this, even the other couples on here, but when you first get married, your finances, like blending those finances together is one of the toughest.
Yeah, you get that.
And imagine doing it as kids with kids.
Yeah,
with kids.
And we had kids, and it was just like, how do we do this?
How do we do this? But I'm glad that y'all are able to do that now. Like y'all able to figure it out, or it's been figured out, and that y'all are able to get that car with, you said no interest?
In 2021, that was the first time I bought a brand new car, and we probably could have before, but I was like, back before 2020, you could buy a nice cash car and it would last. And the last time something happened to my car, I was like, oh, cash cars are the same as new cars. Let me get a new car. And so, yeah, we were able to get a car with 0 interest.
Okay.
Wow. And that's just the journey.
Yeah.
The journey. So if it's rough, it'll get better. Anything you want to say?
Look, it ain't gonna be easy for marriage. A lot of people think it's a nice little, item to have. Like, no, it's a full adventure, and it's gonna be ups and downs. And one thing my dad told me, that money is the top thing for divorce. And you're going to go through some money issues, especially when you blending in both accounts, the way you spend money, the way you save money. It's like personalities trying to mesh together. There's going to be some issues. That's why y'all both need to get on the same page.
And I think that's one reason why it's so important to get the help.
Yes.
Like we talk about therapy a lot, which I believe go to therapy, but also get financial therapy. Like find a way to get whatever it is that you need worked out. And this is why it's so important. Also, we tell couples to figure out what finances are looking like before you get married and what that looks like. Of course, when you get married, it's still going to be a doozy. Like, you can't never be perfect, but at least you know. At least you know. Go over all the bills, all the stuff, because stuff popped up later with us. That was on the podcast episode too. Yeah. But I didn't know. I'm like, what is this?
Outside of the money, just conflicts and hard times, just also trying to allow it to push you guys closer together than to like pull you apart, because that is something, like you said, money can pull people apart so easy. But you know, looking back, as young as we were, it definitely could have just been like, oh, we can't.
Well, that was interesting.
Listen, we are just here to say thank you for watching and listening from the bottom of our hearts. Your support means the world,
and we can't do this without you.
So the algorithm don't algorithm if you don't like, subscribe, and share. So please go ahead and do so at this time.